Let's talk about Easy Money, one of those peak Rodney Dangerfield comedies from the early 80s. If you like slapstick, class clashes, and way more heart than you'd expect, this movie's for you. Directed by James Signorelli, yup, the SNL guy, and written by Dangerfield himself with Michael Endler, PJ O'Rourke, and Mitch Markowitz. This one's got Rodney front and center, along with Joe Pesci, Geraldine Fitzgerald, Candy Azara, a young Jennifer Jason Leigh, and Jeffrey Jones. It hit theaters August 19, 1983, courtesy of Orion Pictures, runs a tight 96 minutes, and yes, it's 100% comedy. So what's it about? Rodney Dangerfield plays Monty Capuletti, a loud, lovable Staten Island baby photographer with more vices than you can shake a cigar at. He drinks, he smokes, he gambles. Let's just say self-control is not in his vocabulary. Everything changes when his rich, super snobby mother-in-law kicks the bucket. But get this, her will says Monty gets $10 million if he can drop all his bad habits and actually act respectable for a whole year. Classic Rodney. Here's a guy who isn't even pretending to care about respectability, forced to fake it for cash. All the laughs come from Monty's truly terrible but hilarious attempts to clean up his act, especially since his best buddy Nicky, that's Joe Pesci, is always dragging him back into bad behavior. On the surface, Easy Money's a slapsticky comedy about self-improvement and class differences. But dig a little deeper, and it's also poking fun at America's obsession with status and looking respectable. Monty's basically the anti-yuppie hero, messy, impulsive, totally himself, in a world that only cares about appearances. Sure, there's some sitcom-y family matters stuff, but you also get Rodney's best life stinks lines. If I quit drinking, I wouldn't know who to blame anymore. That's the vibe. Rodney is the main man by 83. Rodney had already crushed it in Caddyshack and was ready for his own starring gig. Easy Money lets him go full Dangerfield, wisecracking, whining, never getting any respect. But here, he's more than just punchlines. He gets to be a loving, if exasperating, family guy. You actually see him change throughout the movie, pretty rare for a Rodney flick. Behind-the-scenes director James Signorelli had done loads of work for SNL, so it kinda makes sense the movie feels like a bunch of hilarious skits glued together. Dangerfield co-wrote the script with PJ O'Rourke, who was all about political satire. Together, they packed in plenty of digs at society to go with the pie-in-the-face laughs. And fun fact, the theme song Easy Money by Billy Joel was written just for this movie and made it onto MTV. Not too shabby. Did people dig it? Critics? Kind of mixed. Audiences? Totally into it. The film pulled in close to $29 million. Not bad at all for a silly comedy about a slob trying to clean up. Roger Ebert called it funny, if uneven, which honestly nails it. Sure, some of it feels more like a string of sketches than a real plot, but Dangerfield always brings the laughs. These days, Easy Money is a bit of a cult classic for Dangerfield fans. People put it right up there with Caddyshack and Back to School as his ultimate respect trilogy. Crazy facts you might not know. Rodney mined a bunch of the jokes from his real-life family drama. They picked Staten Island as the setting to really show the contrast with all the fancy Manhattan scenes. Billy Joel was a legit Rodney Dangerfield fan, and his song opens the movie. Joe Pesci was so wild on set that they kept losing takes to people cracking up off screen. Co-writer PJ O'Rourke said the movie's about a man's right to be exactly as crude and unrefined as he damn well pleases. Hell yeah, final thoughts. Easy Money doesn't have quite the non-stop quotes of Caddyshack, but it nails the whole 80s tension between just being yourself and chasing after rich people approval. Rodney's Monty is a total mess, but he's one you want to see win. Underneath all the jokes, there's a real message about sticking to who you are and finding actual self-respect, not just the high society kind. If you're hungry for more 80s movie nostalgia, hit up Movies of the 80s and subscribe.